good to see you all here today on a live cold trailer react. I am at the creative table right now with Chris and Kevin, and we are watching the Running Man trailer 2025 in 3, 2, 1.
Ben Richards.
Nice bass drop.
Married, one child. In
Angry.
Crisis.
We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch yourself.
Employment status. Blacklisted. But there's still a way out for you.
Angry.
It's the biggest show in the country.
Who's Damien?
Bloodlust is our birthright.
Oh,
Set it free.
dude, he's in it?
Welcome to the Running Man.
Is he Damien?
People on these games
No?
never come back.
I'm not trying to get myself killed. So kiss my ass twice.
Right there.
That was awesome.
I thought that was my signature move.
30 days. The entire nation hunting you down. And get your family out of Slumside for good.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
That needle drop took me out of the home.
This is America, goddammit, and we don't put up with no bullshit.
I didn't know this was a Stephen King novel.
Yep. Yeah.
Never knew that.
There went one of the things I was going to say.
Dude, he looks like Brad Pitt in disguise in Ocean's 11 right there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude.
What's his name?
William H. Macy.
Yeah.
Is that the Barbie vet?
Have you ever
Nice.
wondered if this game is rigged?
Guess we'll find out.
Michael Cera?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes, I'm pretty
Okay.
I didn't know he could grow facial hair.
sure. It might have been.
Could be prosthetic.
Yeah. Makeup.
Hey, buddy.
Freebie.
That's Joe Rogan's anorexic brother, twin brother.
So I'm already seeing like Baby Driver style direction here. It's incredible.
The rhythmic trailer is the new thing.
Yeah, they've been doing that since King Kong.
It's great. Totally worth doing.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
Huh. A little different tone there.
Hey, big boys!
Yeah. I like it.
Are you crazy?
That's pretty great.
Okay. Yeah. Nobody thought to waterproof those.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin, what do you
Super
think?
suits.
As an Arnold lover, Gen X man, what do you think?
I mean,
Take us there.
Stop filming me!
oh my gosh. I don't know where to start. I like it. I'll just say that,
Yeah.
you know, divorcing myself of the original, which I love from just a pure 80s standpoint, you know, in terms of
Oh, yeah.
that movie was fun. And as an
Got the
Arnold fan,
one-liners.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I would say I'm an Arnold fan, like pre-Governor, you know, kind of the sweet,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Sweet
the
spot.
raw Arnold
In the
years.
peak
Yes,
years.
peak
yeah.
Arnold Stallone, you know.
Yep.
But man, I mean, the direction, it's fun. I like the style, you know, the sensibility around, you know, making it. You can't really tell, like if it's not like trying to lean too hard future. It's not like Minority Report, crazy dystopian future. It seems like it's sort of in this grittier,
Yeah.
you know, more present.
A little more grounded.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't seem to pick up a love interest along the way, and he's kind of just running.
Starts with love interest. He's
Yes,
gotta- yeah.
exactly.
The Running Man, you could say.
Thank you for reminding me that. We were all
Thank you, Eli. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, him
Yeah.
seems more solo. So Paul, what's his name? Michael, the facial hair kid can't grow the facial hair.
Oh, Michael Cera.
Michael
yeah,
Cera.
he's his
Yeah.
companion now, and so did the girl in the first one. It seems. So Anyway.
okay. My two thoughts is one, I thought we were watching the Running Man trailer because that looks like a cool action movie, but I would never have known that was the Running Man if I didn't see that.
that's a
title.
perfect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
never have known because is he running around the city kind of like guns akimbo being chased all over the town because you didn't feel like
looks
he was
that way.
locked in a 4-block radius for this game. I don't know.
Right.
It just
No, it sounds like he's been given like.
he's got a drone that follows him around or something.
like he just says, "Hey, you have to survive," and I guess it's the city. You know, some
Right.
sort of.
yeah.
You know,
don't
but
like
I don't. I mean, if you take the title even out of it, it just to me looks like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I'd see it. You know.
He looks like Hunger Games for grown-ups. Hunger Games with F-bombs and
Right.
birdie fingers and such like.
Slapping your butt cheeks.
Yes,
things like
exactly.
that. All right.
So now I
after-
realize Susan Collins was just ripping off Stephen King. So now I have less respect for her, but still like the Hunger Games. But
when the original guy bought the rights, it was a pseudonym. He didn't know it was Stephen King until I guess after he bought
really?
the rights.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he wrote it under a different,
well, what's
name.
interesting about that is Stephen King doesn't actually charge for
Yeah, he charges $1.
charges
right?
$1. You have to give him $1 and a copy of your film.
That's right.
That's
I
so
forgot
So
about that little tidbit.
that's why he
Yeah.
came up with the pseudonym. He's like, man, I really screwed myself. I'm going to call myself Joe Gablatnik.
exactly.
Joe Gablatnik is now a millionaire.
So overlaps between the original and this one seems to be that it's,
Like zero.
no, in terms of
There's a game
Venn
show,
diagram is this one.
and there's a guy who's running for his life. Aside from that,
So did you see they tried to they've said, in the original, of course, Arnold's like peak, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Right, right,
And then in
right.
this movie, he says something ridiculously drawn out, like, I'm going to come
yeah,
back
yeah,
here
yeah.
and
burn this place down.
Yes. it
burn
was
this
kinda-
building down.
Where's
I'll be back
Here's
at
the
4
line,
p.m..
Right. It's like a whole sentence now.
Building down. I promise.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna come back
Before
here.
that, oh, there.
No, it's right there. Hold on.
I'm gonna come back here.
Okay, that's twice in a row. Shh, Chris.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
That's the longest drawn out. I'll be back.
Who is Brolin
But
playing, man?
He's Killian. He's the show.
no, but
There's a host to the show now.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah.
Killian
okay.
is Brolin.
Okay.
So
man.
instead of Damian Killian, I think it's Dan Killian.
Yeah. Okay.
From what I saw from a brief look at the cast.
okay.
But, and I mean, it seems like it's going for humor, but like in an updated sense. The first one's got all those great one-liners that are so
Right.
good.
Yeah, that moment that you just played, the yeah, that took me out of the whole trailer right there. I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
feels like
They're trying to be just
this feels like sorority
Now,
girls.
this
zany
is
and
just-
fun with it.
This has birthed my next screenplay idea,
Ooh.
and I'm copywriting it right here on the Formcast podcast.
Okay.
I'm going to do this kind of movie with Ryan Reynolds doing a Deadpool kind of deal. We're going to up the hilarity and the gore, and it's going to be like Deadpool Running Man. It's going to be awesome. We're going to call it
Cool.
Pool Man.
Pool boy.
Pool Boy.
All right. So for comparison,
man.
do we need to go back in time?
Yeah, I think so.
We got to go back.
I
in time.
agree. I think we need to go back. Now, you haven't seen Baby Driver, though, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You
I
have?
like. I
What
like.
did you think about Baby
I love the first act.
Yeah.
I can't remember the second act. I always felt like John Hamm was acting like a guy, acting like a tough guy, and the third act was a train wreck disaster.
Yeah,
I freaking hated the end of the movie.
I don't even hardly remember the movie. I feel like because of the third act. I remember in the first act being like, this is different. This is
Yeah, it
cool.
was
This
great.
is
Different,
this is so
great.
much fun. And I could feel a little, that's what's coming
Yeah.
through or trying to come through in this trailer.
I was
It might
still
have gone-
net-like when I got to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I was still,
yeah. It's still.
But Andy's like, if there's anything he doesn't like in the movie, he burns it to the ground
Act
like
three-
5 minutes later.
Dude, I
True.
judge your act 3 hard. What's that, Eli?
Oh, no, nothing. I just think so. I looked it up, and Coleman Domingo, what looks like the host, his character name is Bobby Thompson.
Bobby
So
Thompson.
I don't know. I haven't seen the old Running Man. That's my confession. So I don't know. Is that a new
Buckle
character,
your
or is
seatbelt.
That's a really
young-
good point, for the point of interest, though. Like, what do you think about it, having not seen the original, Eli? Where does it land for you?
I've seen clips from the original, and I agree. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell that this is a Running Man trailer if not for the title.
Right.
I'm sorry I failed you.
Why isn't
as a
Glenn
father.
Powell in a yellow spandex suit? That's what I want to do.
Dude, for real.
Maybe he's wearing one under the.
All
That
right.
could be.
Yeah.
Why don't we go
Big
back in
reveal
time
somewhere.
and let's
All right.
watch the original trailer for the original version of this film.
Let's just remind ourselves what the real Running Man looks like.
Let's do it.
Don LaFontaine coming up in 3, 2, 1.
In the year 2017, an innocent man accused of a crime has a choice.
8 years ago.
Or prime time.
Sensational. Perfect contestant. I want
Richard Dawson. Oh my God. I forgot.
You forgot?
Yes.
How did you forget?
I'll be back.
Nice self-reference there.
Dude,
Only in the rerun.
his casting as the host is
Oh, perfect.
brilliant.
It's perfect.
Guess they want us to stay.
Sub-Zero is now
Plain
Zero.
Between life and death.
It's like, where'd Buzzsaw go? He had to split.
Yeah, this split.
Yes.
Oh, the action one-liners from the 80s were the best.
They were so good.
Need a lift?
My favorite is when, well, I'll tell you.
I love how he's showing you how he's killing all the villains.
Yeah, they're all going to be taken care of.
Schwarzenegger is.
That's what you do. You paid your money to go see Arnold take care of the bad guys.
I wanted that net gun so bad.
All right,
Yeah,
dude, for real.
These things are expensive.
For a prize.
A prize.
The prize is
His life is living.
How about the light?
How about the light? I love it.
I love that he had time to cover his face.
But not his balls.
Right. Ground zero right there, bro. Not my pretty face. Dude, my favorite thing favorite thing about the OG is that everybody in the supposed 2017 era dressed just like it was 1987. The studio audience looked like they got them from a mall that day.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
sit in these seats and cheer.
But dude, can we talk about Dawson as him? Man, I mean, what
so
that might be
good.
the most risky and brilliant casting decision
Yes.
made
Yeah.
in our lifetimes.
We're gonna have to explain for people like Eli. So there were these things. Used to be these things called game shows, and they had game show hosts. And so it would be like if you back up 10, 12 years, and Pat Sajak was this guy, or Alex Trebek. You know, so he was at the time he was a very popular host of Family Feud. And he was in Hogan's Heroes. Like he was kind of
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, dude.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was a whole kind of pop. I won't say icon, but he was well known.
Remember, he would always kiss the ladies.
Always
It doesn't matter. Your wife could be sitting right there, and Killian's.
Yeah, he's making out with your wife.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Or your daughter.
dude, he's yes.
He was a little
100%.
creepy.
He was always coming for the kiss.
But wasn't creepy then.
Second only
We
to-
were all sitting there as young men saying, "I want to be that guy when I grow up."
He was trying to be Sinatra. He was totally,
second only to that casting decision is probably Bob Barker in
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. That was the second brilliant.
They say apparently his employees or the employees of the show Family Feud said that Richard Dawson was more like Killian in real life than he was
sure.
on the show. I mean, yeah.
Richard, how would you like to play yourself? Like, you don't even have to act. You can F-bomb all you want.
Great idea, love. Great idea.
Great
Love
idea.
it.
Interesting about the first movie, it's funny, the director, Paul Michael Glasser, was looked over, there was 4 other, he was the last guy in line, which I thought was interesting because it was more, Arnold hated him, as the director because he was from TV. He directed Miami Vice. And so literally when every other director that the executive producer, Rob Cohen, had hired wasn't a fit, then he called his buddy from Miami Vice, Paul Michael Glasser, who was the original Starsky in Starsky and Hutch. That's what his claim to fame was.
Oh, I didn't know
Starsky
that.
directed The Running Man.
What?
So it was this TV budget,
Wow.
this mindset. And so Arnold was, and I give credit to Arnold, he was like, man, this guy's from TV. He's missing all of the deeper themes of what this script is about and just making it all just pure goofy and what I mean.
You don't understand the deeper ethos.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was interesting. And funny enough, Christopher Reeve, thank you. Yes, Christopher Reeve and Dolph Lundgren, as well as Don Johnson, were Don turned it down because he was on Miami Vice, but Reeve actually wanted to be Running Man, and so did Dolph Lundgren.
I didn't
Oh,
know
that's
that.
funny.
Yeah, I
Both
think
of those
Reeve
would have
could
been
pulled it off,
horrible.
I think. You
Yeah.
think? I don't know. I think they're going more towards
Dolph
that,
could
that
maybe have
angle.
pulled it off.
Yeah,
but
Dolph could have pulled it off.
yeah.
In the 80s, yes.
In the
But I mean,
in the
I mean,
yeah,
the thing with Glenn Powell here feels a little bit more like going back toward that Don Johnson Reeve kind of style.
for
that
sure,
might have
for
been the
sure.
original vision. So,
All right,
But I'm a big Glenn Powell fan, so I from the first shot, I was like, okay, all right,
I like him too, but I
already
do always
in.
feel like he's winking and smiling at the camera when he's not
well.
looking.
I mean,
at the
if you
camera,
were
like-
trying to go back to the
It's Hollywood,
the more
baby. It's
Arnold
Hollywood
/
weird.
Dolph kind of casting, would you who would you cast instead of Glenn Powell if you were going for more of the Dolph Lundgren kind of style?
Oh, nowadays I don't know. God.
there's
Let's
Slim
see.
Pickens. I mean,
I think he's dead.
Yeah,
Michael Sumner.
they don't make them like they used to, I guess.
Eli, how do you compare as a Gen Zer? How do you compare the trailer for that versus the trailer with the new one?
It's like apples and oranges because the old one is like a totally different, I don't know. You can't even comparing trailers 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
It's evolved so much.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I
The
failed you.
cinematography is definitely
Yeah.
up a notch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's that one or towards the end, where he runs through the doorway
yeah,
and
the
the
baby
down
driver
wall
scene,
and the camera's
basically.
following him?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was right here.
That was interesting.
Let's watch it again real quick. Yeah, this is total Baby Driver stuff.
Oh yeah.
How do you miss the? In movies they
The backpack. You got the backpack.
No, but you see the walls
yeah.
exploding left, right, left. He's like, I missed.
It should be the door that he's running toward.
Well, you got to remember, these are just average schmoes who are trying to get him. These are not like, special.
so is it?
I would have put the little explosive.
Wait a minute.
See this backpack.
That's the same guy?
So is it more like The Purge, where it's just like anybody can kill you?
Yeah, it feels.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned
Running
early
in the
on.
city, it just feels like a East Berlin.
It feels
kind of
like
thing.
Guns Akimbo. It's basically Guns Akimbo, but not.
Feels
With
like
Harry
for the
Potter.
remake they went
This is like John Wick 3 or
we
whatever.
have to make the stakes bigger and
Yeah.
better and
There's
Yeah,
Joe
okay.
Rogan's twin brother, who doesn't work out nearly as much if you go back just a hair.
Where? What?
Wait, go back.
The
What?
bald guy in the bed? Or
Yeah, I was just being funny.
Oh,
that.
Which I never do. I know why you didn't go for that because I'm never.
You're so
There he
serious
is.
all
I'm
the
never
time.
Yeah, now play that out. And
I like how you
second.
He's
where
making
it's
a
like-
peace sign. Look, he's like, peace. I'm on camera.
Oh,
they love
okay.
you.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
love
yeah.
being on.
Oh,
film
look at
no
the
matter
TV.
what.
See the TV? You
Yeah,
start
yeah, yeah.
seeing-
Yeah, he's
it's,
on-
It's
Ah,
pretty cool.
Okay.
He's like, I'm on the show.
I mean, that's
He's like,
clever.
It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
everybody's
I need,
all about.
I need
that.
a VFX artist react to whether or not that's the actual image that we're seeing.
It feels a little like a like a rated R Ready Player One almost in terms
Yeah.
of like the reality where these people live is just so miserable. They escape into this other,
I
Speaking
also
of
I felt
VFX,
like they
throughout the trailer, I feel like some of those stunts like looked legit. I don't know like how much is CG and
Look at
how
that.
much
That's
is
totally
real
Ready
and all
Player
that, but there were a couple of explosions and jumps and like that kind of thing that I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that might be a real stunt guy doing that,
yeah.
and that might be a real explosion behind him.
I don't disagree.
if you go to the very first shot of the trailer
Food line.
where he's in his apartment, I felt like I don't know if it's the first shot. It's very early on.
After the pre-trailer to the trailer to the pre-trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That feels.
That
That
that,
feels.
that felt like
It's almost like
16 other movies, but there's go to
Children
the
of
apartment.
Men. It feels like Children of Men.
Yeah,
It feels like.
it's like
What's the
hey,
other one?
hey, the set from Andor is available for 2 hours. Can we get in there and get an insert shot, please?
I was thinking, what's the other movie that got remade by Colin Farrell? That the Mars movie.
Oh, the
Brain fart. What's it called, Kevin?
I'm
Come on.
sorry.
Arnold goes to Mars. What's it called?
Oh, Total Recall.
Total
Recall.
Recall.
Yeah.
So the remake.
funny that you couldn't remember Total Recall. That's amazing.
I have zero. I have zero recall of what that movie was. Can someone remind me?
Partial recall.
we finally.
I remember
we
the word
finally
recall.
We finally beat Iron Man.
So I don't know. So in Total Recall, the remake, with Colin Farrell.
Dude, I forgot that
This
movie
feels
so
synonymous
hard.
with that a little bit.
I think it's at least.
and
gonna
that
be better
apartment
than that.
looks exactly like
Yeah.
what I remember that world
Totally
looking
looks
like.
Well, that's what I mean. It looks like a recycled set that they were like, oh,
Right.
hey, is that one open? Is there anybody in there right
Or they
now?
just went to Detroit and they're like,
Yeah.
"Can we just shoot here?"
we only need like 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I don't know where we're at on time.
Second unit was just a bunch of guys running around.
I love
Detroit,
that
like,
moment.
getting-
I was feeling the dad's pain in this scene right here, where he's like tells him, "No, we're not hiring" or whatever, and he punches.
Oh
the
yeah.
glass.
No, that's.
I
good.
thought, oh, this is going to be dramatic.
Well,
I want to know if that's a liquor bottle or medicine bottle on the coffee table, though.
I don't know.
Is there a difference, Chris?
Oh,
Well,
I do hope there's a heart. I hope there's a reason he's surviving other than just.
well,
surviving.
yeah,
He's
it set it
fighting
up in
for
the
his
beginning
kid.
about
Yeah.
his daughter or whatever.
I was too distracted by
okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, it might have
was
been
hard.
cola.
Yeah,
It might have been
hard.
cola. Might have been a cola bottle.
All right.
Okay.
Cola. It's the Pepsi.
He's
bottle.
trying to provide for the family. He puts himself out there. He's like, "This is the only way. We're gonna make some quick money."
Trying to provide for the family.
Now he's Daredevil. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as Kevin's recapping here, keep it
through
going.
here.
That's
Yeah,
good. All right.
that's
Round table. Give your predictions. You're gonna like it. You're gonna hate it. Eli, start with you as the remote guest.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be. I don't.
The citizen here grabbing.
I'm gonna go with the all-time unexpected prediction that this is gonna end up like the Total Recall remake with Colin Farrell. Like it's gonna be, you know, you were saying how it felt synonymous. I think it's gonna be synonymous through the box office and just with how it's perceived now. I don't know.
All right, Chris, what's your thoughts?
I'm totally going to see it at the theater, and I'm optimistic.
Okay. Kevin,
Yeah.
what you got?
I think it's going to be successful in its own way. I think the audience today, it's ironic because here they're splitting hairs, right? Like most of the audience today that they're targeting hasn't seen or heard of the original Running Man.
Right.
but yet they're throwing out this thing about based on the novel by Stephen King, as if that same audience probably
knows who Stephen King.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So anyway, whatever. But hey, you know,
Did he play for the Sixers? Who's that?
hey, you know what? I just remembered. I meant to say it's interesting that the original Running Man, because when you watched it back in the day, I'm like, he was framed for murder he never committed, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And they used like digital, like I don't know, AI or deepfake technology to frame him.
Right.
Changed, made his voice say things he never said. Like replaced his face.
They are hungry
generated
people.
all-
They are unarmed.
Yeah.
Not firing on innocent civilians.
exactly.
That's good recall.
All the wrong movie, but
Yeah.
the fact that that stuff now exists is kind of
That is freaky, dude.
It'll be very interesting to see
You can
if they
generate
lean
all new
into that.
footage with someone with photo
No, you're
reel
totally
saying
right.
something they never said and frame them for it and say, "Yep, passes muster."
What a prescient scene that is, man. Just like, wow, it's happening.
You know, a year from now, we're going to be able to watch this with whatever action star we want. We're like, hey, let me watch the Glenn Powell Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would like the 68 version, the 68-year-old version.
Yeah.
And then I want to see it again with the 35-year-old
Yeah,
version.
I've thought that often too. Like they're going to start resurrecting, buying the life rights to former, movie stars. Let's
We could
bring
watch
back,
Gosford Park with Vince Vaughn. I mean, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, let's
Amazing.
Steve McQueen. He's going to now be in the sequel to Running
Can we get Steven Seagal in this somehow? Because that would be awesome.
Can we put Leslie Nielsen into?
I want to see Steven
Basic
Seagal
Man
as the
movie?
running
Yes.
man. You know how he runs with like
Yeah.
he's like a floppy wash rag.
Watching this on mute is
All right.
very clear. What
My
it-
prediction
yeah.
is it will be better than the Colin Farrell remake of.
I thought you were going to say better than the original. I was going to like brace for
I think it'll be a
impact.
good. I think it'll do okay. It'll go to streaming. I don't think it's going to be amazing.
It's not hard to be better than the original either, based on what
It's not a great movie.
the
Right.
odds
Let's be
were stacked
honest.
against it.
Right,
they had
right,
a
right.
ridiculous tight
Yeah.
budget, tights. Everything was just
A whole lot of
TV
spandex.
shot like a TV show.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah,
This
that was
is
all it was.
this is like
Yeah.
They
this
got a
is
lot
gonna
more of
be
their
more
betting
serious and more.
All right.
And you wonder if it's going to try to be setting up some sort of like, is it going to be a standalone?
Oh my
or is it
gosh. Now it's a franchise.
right? Who knows?
Oh my god.
Running Man. Now he's running from Taco Bell.
All right.
Running
Well, until
Man 3, The Running Woman.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. With that said, as we wrap another live trailer cold react with the forum team at the Creative Table, like, subscribe. Do not forget to hit all the important buttons right below this video. Thanks for joining us. Peace out.